Alright, here's the channel. Let's take a listen.
But never once remotely anti-gay did.
He just said that about Jesus. Alright. Alright. Leviticus 18:22. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Okay. Second Timothy 3:16 says, all scripture is given by inspiration of God, and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, for instruction in righteousness, that the man of God may be perfect, thoroughly furnished unto all good works. Now, notice all scripture. Now watch this. Alright. Notice how it says this, right down here somewhere. Alright, for the scripture saith, notice it, the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox that treadeth out the corn, and the laborer is worthy of his reward. The scripture saith, the scripture saith, thou shalt not muzzle the ox when he treadeth out the corn. Alright, what book is that in? Alright, Deuteronomy. It's not Leviticus. But let's go ahead and look. Let me look here again. Alright, it is abomination. There it is. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Then we go here. Leviticus 20:13. If a man also lie with mankind as he lieth with a woman, both of them have committed an abomination. They shall surely be put to death. Their blood shall be upon them. And there's what's around that verse. Genesis 19:5, and they, who's they? The men of the city, as you can see there in verse 4, called unto Lot and said unto him, where are the men which came in, to thee this night? Bring them out unto us, that we may know them. Judges 19:22 here. Now, 19:22. Now, as they were making their hearts merry, behold, the men of the city, certain sons of Belial, beset the house round about, and beat at the door, and spake to the master of the house, the old man, saying, bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may know him. And, in Romans 1 here, it says what it says, for this cause God gave them, who's them? We'll look over there, up unto vile affections, for even their women did change the natural use into that which is against nature. And likewise also the men, leaving the natural use of the woman, burned in their lust one toward another, men with men, working that which is unseemly, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error which was meet. And now we have, it says men with men working that which is unseemly. Well, watch this. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, speaking about charity here, doth not behave itself unseemly. Okay? And just remember, all Scripture is given by inspiration of God. 2 Timothy 3:16 says, inspiration of God. And look at what John 1:1 says. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Word was God. And look down here in verse 14. And the Word was made flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. This is Jesus Christ, who is God. And all Scripture is given by inspiration of God. And this Scripture right here, in Leviticus 18, is Scripture. That is Scripture, and it's given by inspiration of Jesus Christ. This man said that, and yet this man saying this.
Death penalty, but never once remotely anti-gay, didn't mention it.
Never once remotely anti-gay, yet we read what we read here in the Scriptures. Thou shalt not lie with mankind as with womankind. It is abomination. Okay? It is abomination.